What up? All right, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to cold call like a master in tech sales. This is going to help anybody that's trying to get into tech sales because you're going to have that mock cold call round about maybe two, three interview rounds in when you're trying to land a role in tech sales. And anybody that's just in tech sales that is an SDR or an AE that's trying to build pipeline, which is pretty much all of us. Also, just if you're just in sales in general, this will probably help you. Um, so I'm going to kind of keep this open and I'm going to type as we do this. Um, Now that I think about it, maybe I'll even like link this below um, in the bio so that you can just like have in the description so that you can just have this. This will be like a framework, not a script. Um, I think this is going to be really, really helpful. So for this example, let's use something that we can all relate to, right? So let's say my company helps people get into tech sales. And my ideal customer profile, right? ICP, are people that want to get into tech sales. Okay. Now we're going to lead with challenges. We're going to lead with challenges in this cold call when we get into discovery. So let's talk about challenges that they might face. No matter what industry you're in, no matter what type of sales you're in, you should be thinking about the challenges that your prospects face, right? So common challenges, not landing interviews, making it to second or third round, and then getting rejected, not knowing where to start. The top two are probably like really the most common challenges. It's like, hey, you want to get into tech sales? I bet you're not landing interviews, or I bet if you are landing interviews, you're making it to like the second or third round, and then you're getting that rejection email, and it really stinks, right? So what am I doing here? Trying to get us all on the same page. I work for a company that helps people get into tech sales. We'll say the name of that company is Tech Sales Trailblazers. And my ideal customer profile are people that are wanting to get into tech sales, but they're struggling. Okay, simple. And you can relate this back to anything that you're doing. What company are you working for? Who's your ideal customer profile? And what are their common challenges? These are things that we need to know to be able to crush a cold call so that we can relate to the challenges and pain that our prospects are facing day to day and what business outcomes they want to achieve and how we can relate that to the service that we provide. In this example, helping people get into tech sales, helping them land more interviews, helping them get past every single round so that they ultimately get a job offer through our tailored resume and LinkedIn guides to land interviews, and then through our tailored one-on-one interview coaching to get them through every single round. Simple. Our ideal customer is perfect for what we offer. Now we just have to be able to send that message to them. So bear with me here. This is going to be kind of bare bones, I think, by the way. I just don't want to spend all the time like typing on this. So my intro might be something like, um, hey Bob, this is Sean over from Tech Sales Trailblazers. How's it going? Right? Sean from Tech Sales Trailblazers. How's it going? Going good. Hey, I know I'm calling a bit out of the blue. Did I catch you at a bad time? Simple. At the end of the day, you just need to be confident, strong here. They'll probably say, it's never a good time, but what's up? Anyways, when we get into discovery, one thing I want you to start really focusing on when you're cold calling and especially for these mock interviews or to really just anything, lead with challenges. So what does leading with challenges really look like, right? Lead, it's kind of like what we did earlier. Wow, it's annoying. Wow. Okay. So what that really looks like is let's say a lot of companies have like marketing and like triggers and stuff like that. So maybe Bob made a post on like LinkedIn about struggling to get into tech sales, or maybe I just got like an engagement, him clicking on a lead magnet on like how to get into tech sales, right? So let's just go with like he made a post about it because a lot of your prospects are probably making posts, and you can use that as like you can use that post as like a observation to lead into your cold call. So now it might look something like this. Hey Bob, the reason I'm calling, I saw that you had the open to work banner on your LinkedIn, and I saw that you recently made a post about how challenging it's been to break into tech sales. Um, I work at Tech Sales Trailblazers. We help people break into tech sales, and over the past 6 months of working with people and doing that, one two common challenges have really stuck out to me as I work with people similar to you. And usually people fall into one of these two categories. Either they're not landing interviews at all, or they are landing a bunch of interviews, but they're just making it to like the second or third round and then ultimately getting that rejection email after that, and they just can't pinpoint that job offer. I'm curious which of those resonates with you, if either. Maybe I'm just way off there. And then pause. Let them talk, right? So discovery. Lead lead with challenges that you know your prospect will relate to and that you can solve with your solution. Now Bob is like, wow, this guy like knows me. Like I can't land interviews. Like that's what it's been for me. It's just that I can't land interviews. Like I don't know what it is. Like I feel like my resume is perfect. I've got experience. Like I've applied to 100 jobs over the last 6 months. It's just that I can't seem to land interviews. So now you've opened up discovery. So now you want to deepen that discovery. It's like wow. It's like wow, Bob. Like I totally understand, and that's something that I've like really heard a lot from like people that are interviewing in the current job market. It's just it's competitive. It's tough to land anything. There's tons of open jobs. They all have hundreds of applications on them. How long have you been looking at the tech sales job market for? Right? How long have you been looking at the job market? How many jobs have you applied to? Right? Have you landed any interviews? Right? So in real time, it's like gotcha. Okay, so like your biggest challenge is just you're not even landing interviews. How long have you been attacking the job market for? Oh, it's been 6 months. So you've been trying to get into tech sales for 6 months and you haven't landed one interview. Gotcha. I mean, how many jobs have you applied to? Is this like one a month? Are you like sending 12 applications a day? Okay. Oh, so you've applied to 200, 300 different jobs and you haven't landed a single interview. No, that's super frustrating. Off the top of my head, it must be like a resume or LinkedIn thing, but um, yeah, that's tough. What are you doing right now? Like, what's your strategy to land interviews look like? Okay, like we're deepening that discovery. We're getting more pain. We're getting him to tell us how long it's been, how many jobs he's applied to. It sounds terrible. Bob has been in the job market for 6 months. He's been applying to hundreds of jobs and he hasn't landed anything. So now I know his challenges and I know that we can solve them. So I'm just gonna like loop to the value and go for the meeting, right? So I'm just gonna say, okay. So at this point, I'm just gonna say like, okay, Bob, got you. No, I appreciate you sharing that with me. Typically, what I do at this point is, or no, how should this go? It's like, gotcha, Bob. Appreciate you sharing. Right, let's loop back to value and how we can help Bob. So it sounds like really the toughest thing for you is like you're probably pretty good at interviewing, but you can't even land the interviews right now. Like you've been applying to hundreds of jobs, you haven't landed anything. Um, so I tell you what, at Tech Sales Trailblazers, we've helped over 60 people get into tech sales over the past 18 months. What we really help people do is we help them tailor their LinkedIn and their resume and their outreach strategy to actually be able to predictably land interviews, typically 4 to 5 a month. And then from there, what's even more important is having tailored interview coaching, where you can meet with our coaches on working with them for every step of the round in the interview process. Typically, what we see is you land a role in about everybody lands a role in about 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes faster, sometimes it takes longer. But what our promise to everybody is that we'll work with them for as long as it takes to ultimately land them a role. Typically, what I do at this point is I'll just schedule like an intro 15, 30 minute call to talk a little bit more about your situation in detail. And if we feel like this is a good fit, then just go from there. Does that sound fair? So that was kind of like value plus going for the meeting. Kind of telling them what we've heard, showing where we feel like we can help them, and then go for the meeting, like really casually, right? I'm not gonna build this out. I might not like add this below. You guys, it's really not a lot. You can take a picture of this if you want. Um, but you see what I'm doing. I address it's a his pain is exactly what we help with. I led with it. It was super relatable up front. I got him to open up. And that's what you need to do with your prospect. That builds trust and credibility. It's like, oh, this guy knows what I'm going through. This guy has helped people just like me. This guy that just randomly called me out of the blue works in my market. He's an expert here and he's going to be able to help me. At that point, you're hoping that you're not even going to get an objection, but we know how it is. You're probably going to get an objection. So let's talk about objection handling, right? And again, think about this, guys. We're just using this as a relatable example. Every cold call can go like this. Marketing, engineering, cloud infrastructure, e-commerce. Figure out the common challenges that your prospect has. How your solution helps people solve your software solution, whatever it is, helps that persona, marketing director, marketing analyst, solve those challenges. Lead with challenges when you call them. Deepen discovery. Loop back to value on how you can help with those challenges that they agree that they have that you led with. Set the meeting. Now, objection handled. One of the most common ones is really just like, hey, can you just send me an email on this? Let me drink some water. Hey, can you just send me an email? One of the best ways to handle objections is just by asking a question back. Instead of being combative, just ask a question back. So, hey, can you send me an email? Sure. What are like 1 to 2 things that come to mind that you'd want to, that are like most important for me to include on that email? Maybe some case studies on how you're helping people get into tech sales and maybe like some resume stuff. Gotcha. Yeah, I could do that. Or you know what? I tell you what, Bob, I think a much better use of your time would be is if we just walk through exactly the type of people that we help, and exactly the type of stuff that we do for resume optimization and LinkedIn optimization to help people land interviews. Honestly, I think a 15-minute call would be 30-minute call would be a much better use of your time instead of me just kind of guessing what, case studies and things might be most relevant to you. Does that sound fair? Uh, yeah, sure. All right, how's Thursday, right? Or you might be like, I'm busy. No worries. We don't need to do this tomorrow. We don't need to do this today. I want to do this on your time. I think this is going to be super valuable for you just based off what you shared with me. Almost feel like what we built is like almost just like exactly for you. Tell you what, like, why don't we just look at Monday or Tuesday next week? Would morning or afternoon be better to find 15 minutes, right? Another common objection, like that's timing, that's email, or a timing one could be like, hey, we just bought a recent software. I just joined a different coach's program. Or I don't have the budget right now. Cool. No worries. Honestly, like not expecting you to sign a contract on this next call. I think it'd be just a good opportunity for us to learn more about each other, you to kind of learn more about our program, us to see if you're a good fit for it and go from there. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. I'm not expecting you to make any sort of payment or sign a contract on that call. Nothing nuts like that. But again, just a good opportunity for you to know more about what we do. And if it's something that piques your interest, we can schedule more time. If not, no harm, no foul. Is that fair? I think always ending with, is that fair? Is something that's really helped, right? It's like, they're typically not going to say like, no, if that doesn't sound fair. If you say something like, does that sound good? They might be like, no, it doesn't really sound good. But it's like, does that sound fair? It's like, I could say it doesn't sound fair. Like, fine. It's fine. We can do that. Um, yeah, so take this as this is something that you can relate to and you know, you can like almost like use this framework, put it into Chat GPT, make like your comments, and then put like the company that you're interviewing for into Chat GPT and say, hey, what are their common challenges? What do they care about? How should I lead with challenges? How should I loop back to value? Put that into Chat GPT and go crush it. Um, so from here, if you're still watching, I think one thing that's kind of funny that I actually didn't go into this planned with, I'm really just kind of going off the top of my head here, is I literally just described the type of people that I work with and their common challenges when I'm helping them break into tech sales. And this was actually kind of a true example. I work with people like Bob every single day, and we have helped over 60 people get into tech sales. And these are the biggest challenges that I see people have. It's they don't know where to start. They don't know what companies to work for. They're not landing interviews, and if they are, they're not making it to the end and getting a job offer, and they're getting really stumped on the cold call part. Um, so I take on 4 to 5 people a month. Um, I'll put my booking link down below if you want to have a just like an open conversation around like what it looks like to work with us and if you're a good fit. At the end of the day, like I try to focus on just helping people get into tech sales and get to their first 85, 100K role. Um, Oftentimes you can make 6 figures in your first role in tech sales as an SDR or BDR, which is pretty awesome. Um, the program that we do, it's kind of what I described on this call. We help people with their resume, with their LinkedIn. We optimize that. They start landing tons of interviews. We help them land those interviews. We've got some strategies that are really awesome and just really work. Um, and we work with everybody one on one through the interview process, similar to what it feels like maybe right now if you're still watching this to get them into tech sales. And then from there, you end up being a testimonial that you might see if you jump on the booking page below. I'll link my socials and everything like that below too. Still like figuring out this whole YouTube thing. But one thing that I have figured out is just how to help people get into tech sales. Been doing it for a little bit over a year and a half. It's a lot of fun. So I think that's where we'll end the video today. Leave any comments below on like maybe something else you'd like to see. I'm posting a YouTube video every week right now. And let's keep getting after it. Good luck. Let's go.